what would you be doing to get yourself more comfortable with the language? Would you just try to go to events and talk to people, or how did that really begin for you?
I never just stick with the Taiwanese people or the Mandarin speaker group. I always try to make friends that are from all over the world. And so the more you get yourself in the language, like I listen to the music, I look at the films. Basically, the intention always comes out from fun. Like I never force myself to remember any vocabulary or anything. Maybe I'm watching a Netflix series and then there's some word that I didn't know. It's because I want to learn. It's because it's fun to learn. It's because once I get to know how to use the slang properly, then I can slap it in front of my friend's face.
Boom. Then you got a reason to learn it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our show today. My name is John Drummond, or Yang Haoen.
Hello, 大家好，欢迎各位再度来到 NG 英文，我是 Angela.
We have a great episode for you today with my good friend Alice, who's known around the Taiwanese and professional community as Alice Tsai.
对啊，我觉得今天我们邀请到的来宾大家一定会很喜欢，他不但会画画，还有跨足科技和财经领域哦。
My guest today is Taiwanese. She is an oil and canvas artist. She is in tech, working for a VC company. She is an explorer of Web3 and so much more. So everyone, please welcome my good friend, Alice.
Hi, John. So happy to be here.
You are a real artist in the sense of oil and canvas style artist.
Yeah.
And you are doing some amazing things here in Taipei. You have an art exhibit right now going on with all of your original work. You curate different events around town. You're doing so many cool things. So first of all, welcome to NG 英文.
Thank you for having me here,
yeah,
NG 英文.
Absolutely. And so could you share a little bit about who is the woman, the myth, the legend, Alice?
Well, thanks for the build-up.
Yeah.
I moved back to Taipei about 2 years ago because of COVID. Before that, I was in San Francisco. I was studying fine art and UI UX. And I got a job in an AI startup, sort of started my tech and art kind of journey, which I did not know would become closer and closer overlapping. So right now I am an oil painter. I've worked in tech and I'm also in VC and venture capital. So yeah, a little different industries, but all interesting ones.
So cool, Alice. Yeah, very different things there. Yeah. I'm an oil painter, which sounds so wonderful, but I'm also in tech. I'm a badass woman. I'm a VC. I work for VCs. It's so cool. And you said something really interesting was those used to be completely different things.
Yeah.
But now with NFTs and blockchain technology, they're kind of starting to merge a little bit more.
Definitely.
So cool. Let's try to talk about everything we can today, but I would love if we could focus mostly on your oil painting because you are doing an awesome exhibit right now in Taipei City. Is that correct?
Yes. So it's going to be in this bar called Cactus Bar, and it's from April to June, the end of June. So yeah, I will have events in May and June. So happy to see you all if you guys can get a drink and check out some cool art.
Yeah. Cactus Bar, all original pieces that you have made, you've painted.
Yep.
And they are so cool. I just saw a few of them you showed me here in the studio. And I would love if you could kind of share a bit about your origin story with painting and what is some of your inspiration for creating these incredible works of art?
So I started this reincarnation series because of my dreams. I like to dig deep down into the dreams and into the subconscious as well because, a lot of things that they don't reveal in your conscious. And as much as you want to hide them underneath the surface, sometimes they burst out in your dreams, like in all kinds of forms. They could be symbols, metaphors, there could be nightmares. And I just love transferring that into the canvas, sometimes I don't think about anything at all. I just let my subconscious guide me while I paint abstract.
And so the series you're working on right now is called Reincarnation.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. That's a great word. Maybe we can go over this word a bit with our co-host Angela. But reincarnation is kind of to live again, to live another life, to come back in new forms.
Yes.
And so your work in this regard is talking about your own journey, like reincarnating in your own body or somebody else's.
So I would say that in my dreams or in my meditation sometimes, if I get really focused, like if I go under the second, even the third layer of my dreams, then I could see myself as like living different lives already. Like I may lived as a queen. I may lived as a very poor kid. I have different identities. I may be a man. It comes in all different forms, but like, I would know that some of the people that I've met this life, I've probably met them in different lives too. So that's the whole point of reincarnation, but you still feel the connections between people. Some people you met them and you immediately knew that you guys are going to be best friends. It's kind of like some things that you can't explain, but you immediately feel the vibe or you feel from the person that you guys are just super close. And vice versa. Some people you just hate even without them saying much.
Yeah, so true. It goes both ways, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, very well said. And it's so interesting because it's making me think about the life of an artist, the life you live. What is the creative process? I mean, how do you find inspiration daily? You really have to find, do you have a process? Can you take us through, are you creating art or trying to create art every day?
Well, as much as I love to create art every day, but right now I still have my VC job.
The tech world still calls.
Yes. But I try to make time for my art because it's very precious for me to get the studio booked. And sometimes I only have a limited time of probably around 3 hours. So I would try to put my thinking process in my brain kind of like in a file already prepared that I grab from my dreams. I grab from the people I meet. I write down little notes in my cell phone to keep the thoughts. Sometimes I even wake up to record the thoughts, like from voice memos or everything. Yeah, so I try to get it as ready as I can before I touch the canvas. And once I do touch the canvas, I just let it out.
It's so cool. It's such a true creative process. You're constantly scanning your day-to-day life for inspiration, and then you file it away in your subconscious, and then you express it through your paintbrush.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Well said, too. I really like visualizing that process right there. And so thinking about your exhibit right now, and thinking a little bit about the future of Alice as an artist and a tech badass woman, what does the future look like for you? Do you want to be focusing more on the art side of things?
I definitely want to be the bridge of the two, of the art and the tech and VC as well. So I want to connect everyone. I'm working on a project that I'm collecting 30 artists, and some of them are already pretty famous, but they are from an older generation that are doing like calligraphy or like Chinese painting, that kind of stuff. But I can definitely see the potential there. So I'm going to be in charge of the NFT project that's coming on. So I think that I can still have the separate kind of lives as an oil painter, but also I can still work on being a curator, just making the two words collide.
Yeah, I love it. And it's so cool because that is really what Web3 is in my mind. It's all of these worlds colliding. Every time we go to these events, Alice, I'm always just looking around and I'm being like, this person's an oil painter now in Web3. This person's a VC fund manager now in Web3. This person's a race car driver now in Web3. Yeah. And it's so many worlds are colliding right now. It feels like a very pivotal moment in our history.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm excited about it, I guess.
Yeah, no, I like that. Everybody's just equal.
Yeah, everyone's equal because everyone's learning again.
Mm-hmm.
We're all in infancy together.
Right.
And it feels very collective. A little collective consciousness vibe in that way.
Definitely.
That'll be your next series.
Yes.
So cool, Alice.
节目上半段一开始，我们这位除了有在做风险投资，而且还才华洋溢的油画家来宾提到，他在疫情冲击下回来台湾之前，本来是住在旧金山那边念艺术，但特别的是呢，他还曾经在专门做 AI 人工智慧的科技新创公司待过。好，整个就是非常的特殊，完全是不同的领域。不管是油画艺术、科技还是财经，他都有涉猎，都有经验。乍听之下可能会觉得好像有点冲突，但是 NFT 和区块链的出现呢，让他刚好有机会可以把三者合而为一，成为连结艺术、创投和 NFT 这三个领域的桥梁。像目前他计划邀请30位艺术家来和他一起创作，一起把艺术和 Web 3.0 结合。另外来宾也提到，在这个轮回转世和梦境这类主题呢，都会对他有很大的吸引力，很喜欢深入探讨梦到的人事物跟我们的潜意识。好，比如说平常压抑下来的情绪呢，就算再怎么努力去把它隐藏，有时候还是会在我们潜意识，在我们的梦里以各种形式出现嘛，对不对？那这时候呢，来宾他就会把梦到的东西以抽象化的方式来呈现出来。那有时候他如果真的很深层的去了解梦境的话呢，还会看到自己以不同的身份、不同的生活背景，甚至是不同的性别出现，像是完全就是变了一个人，在活另外一个人的生命一样。遇到的人呢，也都能够知道说，这个人我在前世好像有遇到过。所以后来呢，就决定把他在仙人掌酒吧在 Cactus Bar 的这个系列画展呢，命名为轮回。那如果刚好在台北，而且又对油画有兴趣的听众朋友们，可以到这间叫做仙人掌的酒吧，欣赏他在店里展示的原创油画作品，顺便也小酌一杯哦。那如果也跟来宾一样喜欢画画，但是灵感或是作画时间常常被工作耽误的听众朋友，这边呢他分享了一些小撇步哦，像他如果是哪天突然有个想法出现，会从梦境里从朋友身上抓到灵感，但是不能马上在画布上表现出来的话呢，就会写下来或者是录音录起来，以免忘记，然后等可以到工作室画画的时候呢，再把这些平常收藏起来的灵感笔记用颜料啦，用画笔还有画布呈现出来。几个字我们听一下。第一个，刚才我们讲到的轮回，可以说 reincarnation。好，有没有注意到它这个字呢，前面是 re 开头，表示有重新再一次的意涵在。好，那后面的 incarnation 它是化身，也就是为什么当我们把这个字首 re 跟它凑在一起变成 reincarnation 的时候，就变成有轮回的意思。好，就是一个重新化身为某某某这样。再来还有意识跟潜意识的英文说法呢，前面也提到好几次，它们分别是 conscious 还有 subconscious。好，有没有这边同样出现了一个字首 sub S-U-B 它有在什么什么之下低于的意思。那在潜意识之下的喜怒哀乐各种性格，就是我们说的 subconscious 潜意识。最后我们画油画的画布可以说 canvas。好，跟平常大家喜欢穿的帆布鞋一样，都是帆布。它这个字有个很特别的用法，跟大家分享一下。如果你想要表达露营睡帐篷的话呢，除了可以就直接说 we're sleeping in a tent， 也可以说 sleep under canvas。好，它这个是比较偏英式用法，一般人平常比较不会用到，不过就是跟大家分享一下，知道有这种用法。好，那我们赶快继续听下半段吧。
So another thing I love that you are focused on is kind of more of on the mental health side of creative expression and helping people find therapeutic techniques in creation. So can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. Because creating artwork has always been my outlet to deal with emotions, and it has become like a truthful way for me to be completely honest and naked with who I am and where I am in life. So I've developed multiple systematical methods, and I genuinely wish that I could help meet more people with it. I have some projects that I collab with others. Some of them, they already knew how to paint, some don't. But I try to discover with them more about themselves through their paintings. Like maybe they're very emotional. They just drew something super dark. But then when we get the time to talk about it, then I would try to lead them with questions, gently, of course. I would be like, hey, why is this girl having a hole in her heart? Why is there a little person that's coming out of that dark hole? Is that little person like your inner child? Or is it another side of you? Or is it a person that once hurt you? So we go deeper into the questions so that we would find out what's happening in her subconscious. And we try to deal with that because I found out that there are so many things that you can't really express with words, but then you can express with art. And there could be multiple symbols, multiple meanings. And even when you come back to the painting in a different time, you discover more meanings, or it's already another way of looking at it. It already has a new explanation. So that's why I love abstract so much, because there are always more explanations underneath.
Yeah, and it can help people really not feel like they're confined to trying to make this look like something. They're more free. I actually personally love to paint in more abstract ways because I'm really free then.
Yes.
If I try to create a person, I'm like mad at myself that it doesn't look like a person.
Right.
But when I create abstract, I'm like, yay. You know, I feel like more of a child.
Yeah.
So very cool. I love that you're doing that. And I hope that you can, unlock some more healing for people on their own journeys. Do you think we could switch gears a little bit too, to kind of the story of Alice in Taiwan and the world, and more importantly, a little bit about your language journey with English and Mandarin and Taiwanese and anything else that you speak?
Yeah. Well, I used to speak a little French.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, the hat. It looks very Parisian right now. Yeah, a little beret.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, could you start us off with maybe, when did your English language journey begin?
I think it began in my elementary school, and it started off very casually. I had the chance to move to UK and New York for a little bit, so I had the chance to make myself immerse in the language for a little. I was actually really lonely at the time because I refused to make friends. I feel like friends at that time wouldn't stay forever, which I find out is true. But still, it was a pity that I didn't make more friends, because friends come and go, but you should always make friends.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, well said there. Yes, and I agree. Yes, friends do come and go. And as a world traveler that we both are, that is the metaphor, though, right? You're always meeting interesting people, but they always go. But that's a metaphor for life, because we're on the way out too. And I think, you said something there about immersing yourself in the language, right? So you were in San Francisco, I believe, for a while. Is that correct?
Yes.
And, what would you be doing to get yourself more comfortable with the language? Would you just try to go to events and talk to people, or how did that really begin for you?
Yeah, I think I became more brave, like stepping out the comfort zone. I never just stick with the Taiwanese people or the Mandarin speaker group. I always try to make friends that are from all over the world, from Spain, from France, from wherever. And so the more you get yourself in the language, like I listen to the music, I look at the films, and I basically, the intention always comes out from fun. Like I never force myself to remember any vocabulary or anything. Like I look them up like when I want to, but I don't force myself to. It's kind of like maybe I'm watching a Netflix series and then there's some word that I didn't know, but I want to know. It's not like my teacher circled this out.
Right. Learn this word now.
Yeah, no, I prefer it's because of I want to learn. It's because it's fun to learn. And it's because once I get to know how to use the slang properly, then I can slap it in front of my friend's face.
Boom. Yeah, that's well beautifully said there. Yeah, focusing on the fun of learning, quote unquote learning, you know? Yeah, if you're watching something and you're curious about it, then you will look it up. But if not, don't worry about it. It's all good, you know?
Yeah.
You want to say some fun slang to your friend to impress them? Boom. Then you got a reason to learn it. Yeah, well said. I love that. So thinking a little bit about your art shows, as you are running an exhibit right now, are you doing that mostly in English and Chinese? How does that work? What would you say? Is it about 50-50?
Yeah, it's about 50-50. For each of the art piece, I have some writings that I could maybe let the audience know what I was thinking during the process of creation, and also kind of like ease them into the world a little bit. There will be English parts as well.
Nice. So the descriptions of each painting will be in English and Chinese?
Yep.
Wow. And are you writing all that for yourself?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're also a translator.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's so cool because you can tell the story beautifully in both languages. That's amazing. That's a tool right there.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Alice, a question I always love to ask my creative friends is, are you now thinking when you are exploring your inner worlds for a painting, are you thinking in Mandarin or are you thinking now in English?
Oh, that's a great question. I think the ideation process, it comes with ideas, and sometimes that can be in different languages because it first comes out as maybe images or like certain words. And then sometimes even the same word in different languages, they have different meanings. So I like exploring in that. I even played with that in one of my paintings because it's called Missing. And then missing, sometimes it means like missing someone. You really want to see them or you've thought about them. Or it means that you've come across the past with them. You missed that event already. You missed that person already. So I play with that word a little bit in one of my paintings. Yeah, so I guess I think in multiple languages, it's more about the ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool because like you said, many words in different languages can have different meanings, or even the same word in one language could have many meanings. Mm-hmm. And so like you do so well as an artist, you're probably always pulling different inspiration from all over the world and all your travels and all your exploration. So cool.
I'm lucky.
Yes, you're this is a good reincarnation point for you. Awesome, Alice. Well, where can people find the art show? Where can they find more of your life online? Where can they maybe come paint with you?
So they can find my art on my website. It's www.alicearttherapy.com. So it should be quite easy.
AliceArtTherapy.com. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. And then any Instagram?
Instagram, and it's AliceTsaiyi. Alice Tsai. Tsai.
Tsai. Yeah. Is that just to be cute?
No, that's my Mandarin name.
Oh, is it? Ah.
But it is cute.
It is cute. It's also cute and it's real.
Yes.
It's got a double meaning. Awesome. Well, you can find her online at Alice Tsai or AliceArtTherapy.com. Awesome, Alice. Well, thank you so much for joining us on NG Ingwen. Thank you for sharing about your creative process. And I hope people can come out and check out some of your artwork and buy some artwork. Support the arts.
Yeah. So stay tuned on my IG for another opening day because there will be one free cocktail that's attached to my topic reincarnation. There will be one black or one white cocktail. Themed cocktails free to offer, and some finger foods if you come to my opening show.
Awesome. Shout out Cactus Bar. Awesome, Alice. Thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you next time.
Thank you, John.
好，艺术除了可以让人欣赏以外，也可以是一种心理治疗的方式。下半段一开始，这边来宾就分享到了他在做的这个艺术治疗因为他从他多年的这个作画经验发现啦， 画画呢比文字更能够帮助表达想法，更能够表现出最真实的自己，而且呢也建立出了一套方法来检视来探讨画布上的呈现和内心的这个对应关系，所以希望可以帮有需要的人呢透过作画来寻找内心，寻找潜意识里的自己。像如果是很多情绪掺杂在一起的人，画出来的东西可能就会比较黑暗一点啦。有的人可能画的一颗心中间有一个大洞，而且还有一个小孩从那个洞里面走出来等等。那来宾他就会针对这些象征呢，去跟他们探讨背后的意思，去帮助他们了解潜意识里真正需要、真正想要表达的是什么，来让他们能够更了解自己。这听起来好像还蛮有意思的，对不对？我也要来我家附近找找看有没有类似的，好看可不可以偷窥一下潜意识里到底是在想什么。如果听众朋友你刚好有机会跟来宾合作的话呢，那更好，可以来个双语心理咨商，或者是去看他在 Cactus Bar 在那个仙人掌酒吧的画展的话呢，也可以读到他中英双语的作品解说，甚至还有一杯免费提供的独家调酒跟一些小点心哦。讲到双语啊，来宾他其实小时候有在英国有在纽约待过一阵子，所以本身对英文也不是太陌生，习惯都是英语的生活环境。后来到旧金山住之后呢，除了说中文的朋友圈以外，他也会尽量跨出舒适圈，去跟来自世界各地的人交朋友，就是让自己有多一点机会去用英文表达沟通，或者是也跟我们很多其他来宾分享过的一样，会透过看影集、看电影或者是听歌的方式呢，去增加英文练习机会。但也不是说遇到一个字不懂就立马去翻字典给他背起来，像是要准备考试那样子，而是因为他觉得好玩，然后自己是真的想要去知道那个字，尤其是如果刚好是一个实用的俚语啊片语学起来的话呢，刚好可以拿去呛朋友之类的。那在这一段呢，有一个片语一定要来跟大家分享一下， a slap in the face。好，指的是一记耳光，除了有实际的打耳光扇脆配的那个意思在以外，有时候也可以把意思做延伸，变成带有一点侮辱的意味在。比如说某人从 A 公司离职跑去 A 公司的死对头上班，那对 A 公司来说呢，这位同仁的离职就是 a slap in the face。好，这句在今天的节目上是没有这样用，反而是做了一些变化，把 slap 变成动词，表达一种我们讲的那种开玩笑的呛人的意味。好，那另外一个他刚刚说仙人掌酒吧有提供的 finger food， 指的是那一种可以直接用手拿起来吃的小点心或是茶点这类的。好，不是说手指头做的食物不要误会。好了，那希望大家一样都有从今天内容学到一些东西，有兴趣的话呢，可以去 Cactus Bar 或者是 Alice 的网站看看她的画作哦。拜拜。
Bye everyone. Peace. All right. Well, that is our NG 英文 show for today. We hope everyone enjoyed listening to that. You can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now Spotify. You can search NG 英文or you can search on IG, NG English ICRT. And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday morning from 6:30 to 7 and Wednesday night from 9 to 9:30. We'll catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
好啦，今天的节目就到这边告一段落啦，感谢各位的收听，别忘了订阅我们的 Spotify 还有 YouTube 频道哦。那喜欢我们节目的话，也要记得到 Instagram 到 IG 上追踪我们哦。如果各位有什么其他问题是想要问来宾的，也请欢迎在底下留言告诉我们，我们一定会想办法帮你问到手。好啦，那就下周在空中相会咯，拜拜。